This is a mindset, skill set, and tool set training, which is a very good model that I've never interacted with.
So we are very grateful because of the training. Is very important. It's place-based. We use the homegrown solutions and it really helps.
The teachings are very elaborate, and of course it can help us to come out and handle the same problems as we move forward.
You are lacking social capital. Social capital means you move with the people you lead. You don't move alone.
I must say that the selection of the people who actually benefited out of these skills is again very important, because we've interacted with the chiefs of both Pokot and Marakwet, particularly along Kerio Valley belt.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, let us always be speaking the truth. Na tukinge mambo mabaya ghafla haijafanyika.
We need to know the community itself. We know their needs, and then now we venture into ways of helping them together with them. It becomes a collaborative thing, not a leader bringing his own solutions or our own solutions from our mind.
For how long will we be fighting? Now wasting resources. Why chini ya kutafuta amani? Something that is in us.
I must say that this model is unique and actually is the best model to go about addressing our challenges that our communities experience down here.
Growth mindset, fixed mindset. Najua mimi niliambiwa niko na fixed mindset. Hata nimdozea kwanza kuna siku alikuwa ameniambia haya huwa na hiyo fixed mindset. Lakini baada jana niliposema no sijaenda South Africa, kumbe there is a better way of saying. Unajua I'm bland now. Not here. Not no.
Focus so much talks on how we can generate the solutions to our problems locally, which is a very important mindset technique. Most of the time we have been so much running and calling on government and outsiders to solve our problem. But now through the trainings we have been taken step by step on how we can identify the problem. We can as well define it and try to come up with local solutions.
I want to say thank you very much to the Midrift people for continually changing the mindset of the people. The people who are in that ground. Like now, leaders are here, the chiefs and maybe administrators are here. And now by changing their mindsets and they are the leaders, they'll carry that good mindset, that positive mindset to the community. And if they use it properly, we know these things will be changing.
Ukienda inasama, kitu ukienda inasama.
Inazama wapi?
Inabaki kwa endo, haiwezi rudi.
Ikiingia endo haiwezi rudi.
It is worth noting that the discussion actually identified the bigger problem, and throughout the discussion we have been always condensing, and to conclude today we realize that in Kerio Valley there are two locations which are neighboring each other, which all the members accepted to be the source of problems in Kerio Valley, and that is Ngoron and Endo location.
Endo was doing very well ever before until 2016. When this problem started. The youth of that area were doing very well in horticulture, especially in tomato farming and watermelon. The youth of that location was doing very well, and it was even employing the youth from Ngoron. Until that very time when some some of the residents of the same area who were livestock givers had some kind of, I can say it was some kind of jealousy, because they saw as if those young boys who were doing some horticultural farming were becoming a threat to their livestock on pasture issues. That is when they started destroying the harmony that was there.
Taking through the skills that we have acquired, we have done a very serious mapping of what are the challenges. And it comes down to lack of pasture on the other side and poor communication, where when something happens, the way our communities reports is somehow not true, and makes everything to be a little bit complex.
We also need to bring all the county governments of Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, and West Pokot, so that we can be able to uplift these people through the different departments we have in our county governments.
Work plans that we have developed together with these people focuses around, like, can we have grazing committee down there? Can we be very constant and regular meeting them down there? Can the two chiefs have what we call harmonious and close communication, whether there is something that has happened or not, even a friendly calls? Can they even visit each other? So these are some of the things when we implement, it will solve our problem.
There is a lot of satisfaction. I'm not saying we leave cows behind, but we can change. We can reduce this number of cows. Tunaweza kwenda kutengeneza ya kuweka ya kidogo.
I can even say, even today, the Endo location, that very Endo location and Moron is one of the areas that it can even impact a lot of progress and a lot of goodwill. If at all we have goodwill, it will be one of the areas that it can bring empowerment with the youth.
And I'm happy when you were given the opportunity to say exactly what you have learned. One thing that came out so clearly is that to realize change has to begin with us.
This makes our peace building very, very easy, very, very costless, because it talks around encouraging constant dialogue.
Kerio Valley.
That is Kerio Valley. How beautiful is that? It's very beautiful. Yeah.
A forcing way of handling issues is not the best way, but dialogue is doing some kind of dialogue is the best way to doing all these things.
Things to do with requesting, borrowing grass, borrowing pasture. How do we harmoniously use the limited resources? In fact, the resources will not give us conflict, but it should connect us. In fact, through the skills, we are told what are these things that connects us so much. And to me, Endo and Moron, grass and pasture connects them and their livelihood. So instead of embracing and appreciating, we then engage in conflict. So through the training, we have now changed our mindset and see that grass and pasture and the way our communities live can be a very good connector.
Moving together is also another very important issue on the same. Moving together as people, as peace committee, as chiefs, as leaders, that will be when we'll be doing very good in handling these kind of conflicts in our area.
So we can as well, somebody has said Kerio Valley is so rich in terms of the aggregate. We can diversify and we come up with other strategies, namna ya kusurvive, and get to know that life can continue without necessarily owning a cow.
To this very moment, you can find some young children are not going to school, and they are of the tendency that maybe cattle rustling or cattle livestock giving is the only way to have a life.
The problems need not imported solutions. Not the problems lies within us, and therefore, once we invest in mindset change, direct exposure to our herders, and and some things to do with livelihood programs, where if a herder changes his way of living, we can support with a beehive, a motorbike, a generator. At the end of it all, give it like 5 years, we will be able to end the problems in North Rift.
You start blaming yourself. That is fixed mindset. Instead of blaming yourself, take those lessons and move forward.
From that comfort zone of thinking that this violence is something which is normal with us, we need to change now and go to the an area called the zone of not being comfortable with the violence, so that we can change that narrative and start now improving and making our area violence free.
I have really liked the model in which the midriff is bringing on board as a long-time peace professional. When we blend the mindset change with what we normally try to push at our program level, peace actors, consortium at the county, whereby all actors come together for synergy, collaboration, and even sharing of skills. This one will give us a milestone.